They used to say your reputation was the most valuable thing that you had. But what's the point of a reputation when social media is the greatest lying machine ever invented? There used to be such thing as a coward's punch. Now it's all about the coward's send button. And we're at the point in de-evolution where we're so dumb we're now cancelling the dead. And now lies have become truth. Peace is now war, the overdog's now the underdog, insanity is progress, left is right and up is down. It's dizzying. Your reputation isn't owned by you, it has nothing to do with you. And those who live solely through reputation, not spirit, are lost in its hall of mirrors, saddled and harnessed by others' fears. Your reputation is just a fucked up voodoo doll of others' shame. People have PhDs in self-shame now. Your reputation is an effigy full of shit wrapped in newspaper, hung from a tree and set on fire by everyone else's childhood issues, then beaten. My business is none of my business. I want nothing to do with myself anymore. Death by natural causes, life by misadventure. I don't trust those who have life fully solved by the age of 25. That's where their story ends. And soon they're 50 and have built their entire life around the wisdom of their 25-year-old self. They're fully anaesthetised and asleep by the time they're 30. They wake up briefly at around 50 to go to the toilet in the middle of life's night. Then they're back paying parking fines, doing family Christmases and renos in their sleep until they die. I still have no idea what I'm doing at the age of 50. Just following the old broken compass of my shoulder shrug. I'd rather be a fish flapping about on a pier, gasping for air, wide-eyed and amazed by the ghosts of stars. We're all dropped into the maze of life, and quickly you find that everyone runs in one direction while you decide to wander alone in the other, looking for a more interesting way into life to find a beautiful way out. It's a dumb mix of stupidity and courage riding on the wings of luck. And it feels like flying. And if it feels like flying, I'm heading in the right direction. You have to honour your divine dumbness. It's the smartest thing you have. I knew at 18 that working really hard in a job to buy a home only to die one day was a bullshit plan. More like a long game prank you play on yourself. So it's funny when I hear people whinge about not being able to afford a home. They got sold the fuck you dream, and worse, they bought right on into it. If you buy into what the culture sells you as home, good luck. No one's really home in this world. It's just a nice place to visit in the spacesuit of your body. So I say, let people unconsciously think they're immortal by owning a piece of land, when really, the land owns us. People think if they run out of problems, they might die. So that's why work meetings were invented. But the trouble is with a work meeting, you have to say something, anything, just to pretend you're a soulless piece of shit. But if you want to protect your ears from the bullshit that your mouth has to say, don't say a thing. And just say to your boss later, I proactively said nothing in the meeting to empower and platform everyone else. I once had a psychedelic vision of a creationist myth that told me that the universe was created by a giant ball of laughter. This golden fetus of glee appeared from nothing and was called happiness. It exploded with sonic waves of booming laughter, creating planets, trees, seas, skies, cats and clouds in its wake. It was this incredible primordial belly laugh pissing itself at the vast timeless emptiness of nothingness. This cosmic chuckle from happiness created the universe. Perhaps it was a young sun, but no one knows the great cosmic joke. No one knows what it was laughing at. Philosophers, comedians and scientists have tried to reverse engineer the punchline, work backwards from the laughter in an attempt to discover the great joke. But the jokes they've come up with sound smarmy and witty like something you'd hear on ABC. But they're not even close. No one can work it out. And it's the reason why I love things that are funny, but I can't explain why. But recently, the infrastructure of the universe has been crumbling under the duress of authorised laughter and humorlessness. This new culture has been killing the life force of existence. You can see it. You can feel its destruction. In the meantime, the original joke that started it all remains shrouded in beautiful mystery. Thank God. I hope no one ever works it out. Getting your shit together is a total waste of time. Why? The clue is in the word shit. It's shit! I heard this expression bandied around a lot when I was in my 20s. Darby, you gotta get your shit together, like it was some magical key to unlocking adulthood. But I gave up trying to get my shit together 30 years ago after I tried it on for a day. And life didn't fall apart. I muddled through, realised shit makes flowers grow, and grew my own little garden. Otherwise, if you start trying to get your shit together, it won't stop. It's never ending. I'm not living my life in permanent damage control. I'm not holding my breath for an entire life before dying. Otherwise, Otherwise, you spend a lifetime closely monitoring bills and being careful and safe. Playing not to lose is a death, and worshipping your home's different coloured bins to throw out different parts of your life. I'm not going to spend a lifetime turning my shit into a filing system. And don't forget, a new coloured bin is added every few years like you're a dumb child to distract you and complicate things. Then there's the constant new rules and new legislation to make sure that having your shit together is a never-ending tail-chasing game to keep you in a dizzy stupor. Life's a glorious uncompartmentalised shit heap of a mess. No one really has this thing figured out. No one truly has their shit together. And if it appears that they do, it's only for a short while. In a week, their car will break down, or their best friend who never smoked or drank will die. And eventually they'll discover they got their shit together only for someone to take it all away from them, if life doesn't take it from them first. No one keeps all their plates spinning forever, and there are something like 5 boxes to tick in this life before you end up in the final one. So why bother pretending you're in control when we're all just wandering around, lost in our little shit shows? Shit makes flowers grow. Go make a garden out of it. If I were an honest psychologist, I'd diagnose my patients as fucking losers for paying me too much money. And to show more self-respect, then call it a breakthrough moment in the first minute of meeting them. Because really, we're just eating, sleeping and shitting machines, complicating the shit out of the space between these moments out of fear. And if I had to diagnose humanity, I'd diagnose us all as assholes. And then push for an everyone's an asshole pride day to unite a divided world. I need routine to keep me sane, but too much routine is a slow death. So I need some chaos to feel alive, but too much of that is a fast death. So I'm always walking a tightrope between the living dead and total insanity. Slow death versus a fast one, existing versus living. And that's the exhausting behind the scenes magical balancing act I do to pretend to be a normal person.